Our good friend Geraldo Rivera, he was at the White House today with Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner. See that? That's a selfie, by the way, a safe selfie. He's going to tell us all about it in a minute. All right, but first, we're learning more damning information about the illegal immigrants that the mayor of Oakland, California, is trying to protect from following the law and federal immigration authorities. According to the L.A. Times, citing ICE, of the 232 people that were arrested in the latest illegal immigration crackdown in California, 180 were either convicted criminals, had been issued a final order of removal, or who had previously been removed from the United States. And, quote, 115 had prior felony convictions for serious offenses like child sex crimes, weapons charges, assault, or had past convictions for significant or multiple misdemeanors. Here now with more, national security strategist Dr. Sebastian Gorka, Fox News correspondent at large, Geraldo Rivera. You know, if you're going to, the law of the land is the law of the land. You want to change the law, change the law. But when you are aiding and abetting, especially the people we're looking for, criminal aliens that have committed crimes in this country, you're putting ICE members at work, Border Patrol people's lives in jeopardy, and the lives of people in the communities in which they live in jeopardy, because most of them are known criminals. There's no excuse for what this woman, this Oakland mayor, is doing by putting people's lives in jeopardy.
You know, I know that I've been out of sync with the majority of our viewers for the 17 years I've been here, and I apologize ahead of time.
Why are you apologizing for being yourself? Don't ever apologize for being you.
But I, as a student of history, recall learning about the Compromise of 1850, where they had something called the Fugitive Slave Act, where people in the free states, officials in the free states, were required by law to help in the recapture of escaped slaves to return them to their slave owners in the South. The people of Oakland and San Francisco and Los Angeles see this move against these undocumented immigrants in that light.
They're going after known criminals,
They
Geraldo.
aren't, Sean.
Yeah, no, Geraldo, look at the numbers. We just put them up on the screen.
But,
come on.
But you gave the sample of the 232, and I grant you that there were real criminals amongst them.
But that's who's being targeted right now.
The point of the mayor, remember, this is not me, this is not Geraldo, this is the mayor of Oakland saying that that is a community where the crime has dropped 3 straight years of law-abiding immigrants who deserve to live free without the fear of deportation.
Dr. Gorka, we're not talking about the otherwise law-abiding. Still, people didn't respect our law's sovereignty as it relates to immigration. That's not who we are talking about, though, here.
Sure, and we're not talking about slaves being recaptured. The analogy is specious and fallacious. These are criminals. If you came here illegally, you're not undocumented, you're a criminal. And secondly, more than 100 people who are actually convicted felons, not suspected of crimes, convicted of violent felonies in America. Why are we creating sanctuary cities for criminals? It's insane. Are we a nation of rule of law or not?
Dr. Gorka, isn't that decision, whether or not to create a sanctuary city, isn't that for that city to decide, or that state to decide?
When the founding fathers created the federal system, they said the president, the president is in charge of immigration.
Your whole philosophy, states' rights?
No. Immigration has nothing to do with the states. The national border isn't around California.
That's why the national border we are not going to assist you.
And
we are
on
not
the
going to
north
assist you
and
in
on
this
the west
immoral
and the east. Immigration is in the control of the executive. The founding fathers said so, and nothing has changed. Mayors don't control immigration. They don't.
Mayor Schaap points to the case of a mom who has been in the country 26 years, who has 4 citizen children, totally law-abiding, working as a nurse, who was captured and deported from her 4 children.
My parents were refugees.
When you go out there, when ICE goes out,
immigrants.
they pick the low-hanging fruit. They pick Juan and Maria. They pick the dishwasher and the lawnmower and the babysitter.
There's a reason.
They don't catch the MS-13.
Geraldo, there's a reason that the statue of justice in every courtroom in America is blindfolded. It doesn't look at who you are, whether your name's Juanita or whether it's Sebastian. If you broke a law, you're a criminal. If your name is Clinton, you don't get a pass.
But you can't
Justice must be blind.
You are intentionally confusing people by calling calling these immigrants criminals when the only crime they have committed is their unlawful presence in this country. They haven't
breaking the
robbed
law
or murdered or, they're not the thieves that threaten society.
200 of them have.
100 of the 230, but the hundreds of others who maybe escape. This mayor is not in any legal jeopardy because she says.
I can tell you right now. I have spoken to the highest level.
Unofficial
Geraldo,
excuse me.
I've spoken to the highest level of the White House, and they are looking into legal action against the mayor.
She's aiding and abetting law-breaking.
Yes.
She's an accomplice to law-breaking,
She heard the scuttlebutt, Sean, that the raid was coming down, and she announced it at a press conference.
She's tipping off those people.
It offends people. I get that it offends people, but it's not illegal.
It is.
It is. Of course it's illegal.
It's obstruction of justice.
She used official information and tipped them off.
Okay.
That's different.
Now you sound like Bill Clinton. It all depends what it is.
Right.
Seriously? Come on.
Well, I
got the information from here, so I didn't.
This was an enormously popular move by this mayor in her community. It may be offensive to
crazy California,
but it is the sixth largest economy in the country, in the
Geraldo,
world.
I've got news for you. It doesn't matter where you get the information from. If you're obstructing justice, it's a crime.
By one of these criminal aliens that would have otherwise been deported, would somebody have blood on their hands? That they absolutely assisted in staying and breaking the law?
If-then
No, not if-then. Because you know what? People that commit violent crimes do it again and again. It's called recidivism.
It happens in a handful of cases. There are 11 million undocumented immigrants in the country.
Tell me about today. You went to meet with Ivanka. Why would Ivanka and Jared meet with you?
With me?
What were they doing? What were they thinking?
2 weeks ago, I was at Mar-a-Lago at the invitation of the president. And I was with every other member of the family with whom I was very close during their celebrity. Ivanka and I did Celebrity Apprentice together. So she reached out and said, "Come on down and have some tea." So it was
had some tea.
Had some tea. Well, I actually had coffee. She had water.
Okay.
But it was interesting. Prime Minister Netanyahu was downstairs with the president of the United States. I didn't. I was upstairs with Ivanka. We were talking about.
You know what? I got to give you an A+.
Of the times.
This is such a better selfie than what I'm used to. It's so much better.
They're the nicest
I'm
people.
only kidding. Yeah.
Jared was on his way out. He stopped by to say hi.
And you were talking about all the people in D.C. that are horrible, not the administration.
Absolutely, and she is so noble, and she is so efficient and so effective, and she wants the best for the country. She wants the best for her dad, and I am 100% behind her. I think that
Let me tell you something.
She and Jared are
Politics,
nice. The kids are settled. They have a nice home.
It is a blood, brutal, dirty, outrageous business.
I just wish
it's hard.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Gorka.